is self-reflection? Self-reflection is that ability to become aware and to be able to analyze your own thought patterns, your own behavior, the way you act. Reflecting on that and seeing that as if you're just viewing your life from a different perspective. Kind of like seeing the life of someone else. Because when you look at someone else, it's just so much easier to notice what they are doing right and what they are doing wrong, right? You see them as an external thing, not as a part of yourself. You see them with your eyes, so it's also easier for you to grasp what they are and what they are doing. You yourself, you don't see yourself unless you have a mirror in front of you. You can feel yourself, you can hear or grasp your thoughts, but you're not able to view yourself and view your behavior. You don't know what kind of reactions you have to certain things. You don't know how your face behaves, depending on that, what is going on around you, depending on that, what someone else says. You might not even know that you have a certain tick, something that happens on your face or in your body, something that triggers a reaction. For example, just a certain topic that might automatically do something to your body. And that can be like lifting an eyebrow or scrunching your nose or rubbing your eyes, doing something with your hands. Just those small little actions that you might not be aware of, but you still do. So when you are actually able to reflect on yourself, you will become aware of all that you are doing. You will become aware step for step about yourself. And that can be becoming aware of the thoughts that you have and the thought patterns that are repeating and coming again and again, maybe criticizing you, making you feel worthless, or making you greedy for money, or it can be so many different things. So that's one part of it, that one part of the thing that you gotta reflect on. Then it can also be about your reactions and your actions in general, because the action is just something that you might do unconsciously or automatically. So I like to use the example about brushing your teeth, because it's something all of us do. And it becomes like a daily routine that we are not even that much present while doing. Because you just wake up, you brush your teeth, and you do it every day, so you kind of just do it, you don't think that much about it. You might think about it more when you suddenly, run out of toothpaste and then you have to do something else. But because it's just something so automatic and so deeply rooted in your everyday life, you're not very present for it. But you can train yourself to be present. You can start brushing your teeth with the other hand. You can start standing on one leg when brushing your teeth. You can try brushing your teeth with your eyes closed. These are just examples of how you can become more aware of that, what you are doing. And, there are just so many different things that you might do without realizing it. And that can be putting on clothes, putting on shoes, driving a car, just many different things. And you can reflect on that. Reflecting on your own actions, reflecting on your routines. Am I having fun when I'm doing my daily routine? Like for those of you who are into sports and just doing something doesn't really align anymore, and I'm one of them. I've noticed this about myself. If I'm like, okay, this is my goal, this is something I want to do, and I stick to that. I stick to that so much that I don't even notice when a change happens in my system, in myself, where I suddenly don't want it anymore, when it's suddenly not that important anymore, but I still go on with that drive to that goal. So when that moment comes, when that moment of self-realization and reflection comes, I have to step back and notice and be like, okay, now I have to admit to myself that it's not that important anymore, that something has changed, that I have been doing something I don't want to do anymore because I have just promised myself to do it. So now I can let go. I can let go, and that can bring a lot of freedom. That relaxes my system, because it was something that I was pushing myself to do, not really wanting to do anymore. So, ask yourself, is the routine, is the thing that I'm doing, is it something that I'm just so used to doing, or is it something that I enjoy, that I really, really want to do out of the depth of my soul? What is it? That's another way to do self-reflection. Another one might be doing this, what we are doing right now, me taking a video of myself, and with that video, for example, I could rewatch it, and then I can see and observe myself and see, okay, how does my face behave? What happens when I say a certain thing? What happens when I think about a certain topic? How do my face features change? What is happening in my body? And you can not only do that with a video of yourself, you can do it with a mirror, like talking to yourself in a mirror, or having a mirror in a room with other people and just observing yourself a bit without becoming like vain, just like, I'm so, amazing or whatever, but like truly reflecting about your actions. Or you can have someone you know well and ask them about it. Ask them if there is a certain pattern they notice about you that you might not notice yourself. Like, ask them, do you notice if there is a certain thing I do in my daily life? Like, for example, for me, I still tend to do things with my hands, and kind of looks like this, or playing with the little skins around the fingernails, and that can be different for everyone. It can be like playing with your hair, and just those kind of unconscious actions that we do to maybe not feel something, that we do to stay away from something where we don't want to notice whatever it is, where we kind of just want to, have something to focus more on. And you can also do all of that self-reflection regarding the body without anyone else. You can just, in the moment, reflect and think, okay, how is my body posture right now? Am I slouched or am I straight? What does that tell me about myself? How am I sitting? Are my hands like this, or am I open? What is going on in my body? Is my head turned or straight? And all of those things can tell you a lot about you. For example, if you're more like in a slouchy kind of posture, it can be that you're not feeling that good about yourself right now. Or having like the head turned a bit might be like you're not aligned right now. body in our life. And those come when we are doing something that we don't really want to do, when we are not aligned with ourselves. So truly being able to self-reflect is basically about being able to see yourself from another perspective, being able to analyze every single thing about you and growing from that. Noticing, okay, I have this pattern. Is it something that's good? Is it something that I want to change? How do I feel about it? What does it cause in my life? How does it interact with all the many other different patterns I have? Yeah, and then just becoming more and more conscious, more and more present in the moment about all the different things you do. And then being able to reflect, to actually reflect in that moment when a thought comes up, when an action takes place, when your body does something. And then you are like truly able to be present and see yourself and notice what is going on. And then reflect on that in that moment, like noticing, okay, there seems to be this thought or this thought, and they both want me to do something else, like doing A or B. And in that moment I can reflect, okay, do I want to do A or do I want to do B? How does A feel? How does B feel? What is better for me? What is going on in my system? Why is there this two choices there? So yeah, try reflecting on your life, analyzing yourself, studying yourself, and growing with that. Taking apart all of the different parts of yourself, your emotional reaction to things, your thoughts, your actions, and then just seeing and trying it out, but maybe also trying something else out. Because then you are truly free when you are able to react in a way which is not automatic, but which is just conscious, where you can decide on your reaction. It being something that you choose to do and not something that you just do. Another thing you can do to self-reflect is, for example, going through your own messages that you have written to other people, and seeing how have I reacted to things, what kind of things have I written them, listening to your own voice notes and hearing your voice and what changes is it having in regarding different topics, and reflecting on all of that. And the self-reflection topic can be something that brings on a lot of shame, because we might not want to realize what we are doing. We might not want to see our own thoughts and those things that we believe to be false, our own mistakes. And that's okay. That's human, not wanting to see your own bad stuff. But you have to find that spot in you that wants to go deep into those places, that wants to grow, that just wants to grow, disregarding all of that which stops you from growth, and accepting that what stops you, accepting that shame, being there with it, integrating that, being there for your own worries, being there for your own fears stopping you, and accepting also those parts of yourself, accepting those parts of yourself which are not yet ready for this process of self-realization, which are not yet ready to grow and prefer to hang on to that known everyday life, because that what is known will be just so much easier to have, to live with, even if it's not know how to handle certain situations. You might have to learn how to act in a new way, because things will not be automatic